1v1 tournament game. This is a round 2 match between Notezz and Strider Zen. Notezz will be playing as the Soviet Union, the USSR, and we will review Strider playing as the German team. And I have a special guest today, Strat29, my co-host, and I'll just introduce the map before I let him speak. He said that the map is called Bakaja, or whatever the hell it was that he said earlier on. But Strat, introduce yourself and let us know what Notezz is doing.
Hi guys, it's Strat29 here. Spectating Notezz as a Soviet. He's brought up an assault squad, split up his infantry 3 ways, so most of them are actually put into the middle.
And I can see that Strider has sent nothing to the right-hand side, which will be your left-hand side, Strat. He's sending everything he can pretty much to the middle of the left-hand side. He sent actually a brunt of his first assault squad to that left-hand point to try and counter the assault squad that Notezz has bought as well, I can see.
That's actually quite lucky of Notezz then, because Notezz actually has only got 1 infantryman on the left-hand side. That's why I can't stress enough for people to send infantry to all three areas.
Yeah, definitely. In a 1v1, you definitely need to push absolutely every single zone you can. It's just constant to keep. It's necessarily constant. Necessary to keep constant pressure on your opponent. Jeez, that was a tongue twister, and the words didn't even start with the same letter.
I knew what you mean, don't worry. But Notezz still has that 1 infantry squad, 1 infantry unit on the left-hand side, so pretty much Strider can just pull up with 2 guys and take it from him.
Well, at the moment we see a right-hand assault squad charge at the moment, and they easily pick off that 1 Notezz soldier, and hopefully they can get around that point and start capping it quickly and bring the game back to even, as Notezz is going to gain the left-hand and the middle zone and start ticking up super quick just in a sec. There's still a lot of infantry in the middle from Strider. He's also pushing up right into the back lines of Notezz. He's got 1 infantry soldier. Oh no, he stopped him just there. He had 1 infantry soldier running up along the far right-hand side of the map, or far left-hand side, trying to get to the backfield. It looks like Notezz has another squad of infantry heading to his right-hand point.
That's right, he's got a full assault squad heading to the right-hand side. He's actually abandoned the left-hand side. There's actually no infantry at all, so he could pretty much, Strider could pretty much sneak a guy through to spawn like Captain Killsteel did the other day.
Yeah, very easily, and at the moment this is actually quite a bit of a shock. I was expecting Notezz to maybe assert his dominance on the relatively unknown to me Strider, but at the moment Strider is doing very, very well to cap the middle, the right-hand point of his own, and he's now being beaten back on the left-hand side, but he's still putting up a very, very good fight so far.
I must say he is. Notezz pretty much hasn't got any infantry on the left still, and on the right he's only got 2 men, and in the middle looks like Strider's in his full dominance there, especially with that 2-2-2 coming in.
Definitely with that 2-2-2, and I can see that the MG placement in that building from Notezz, that's a very, very handy position. Whilst you're watching, remember that he has full MG fire over that middle zone, but unfortunately it's held by the Germans at the moment, so it's a little bit negating, and I think that 2-2-2 might have just killed him inside that window. Is that some sort of tank in the background there coming from Notezz?
That's a T-70 Notezz, and it looks like it's coming straight for that 2-2-2, but Strider is onto it and hides behind that building, so it survives the day for now.
Yeah, it's definitely going to survive, as he's just going to HE shell the middle. It's a pretty good tactic to try and get all the infantry out. He sees the Volkssturm squad, which is pushing to the left-hand side, the right-hand side of Notezz. Still no infantry attacking that left-hand points of Notezz, though, I'm tipping.
No, not yet. Whoa, that is a pretty silly move by Strider. He pretty much reversed his 2-2-2 from the cover. I don't know why, because that T-70 was a pretty hard counter for that.
Yeah, I was just seeing the 2-2-2 move backwards. I was wondering what he's doing. I thought the T-70 might have been turned sideways, as it's very, very easy to kill with a 2-2-2 when you shoot its side armor, but unfortunately it wasn't, so he ended up perishing himself.
Nice. I'm curious, does Strider have any troops coming to the right towards the spawn? Because Notezz has not built a single infantry to actually have line of sight on the left since he lost that point.
No, he definitely does not at the moment. He's just got, I think it's 5 or 6, which I can see little green dots just scattered around that point, kind of just keeping... He's got a decent line of sight on that field, but he's definitely not pushing anything to the backfields at all. The Volkssturm squad that he's got going to Notezz's right-hand point at the moment is currently just sitting there behind bushes and they're not doing anything. There's also a paratrooper squad at the moment from Strider. Has Notezz spawned anything?
He has spawned also an infantry squad. It's just an assault squad, and I think it's heading left.
Oh, definitely. I can see it now with that
and
T-70.
there goes the T-70 as well.
This will be easily able to roll over the right-hand side of Strider, as he has no AT infantry, AT rifleman anywhere, but whoa, he is cutting up that assault squad with his MP40. Assault squad leader who's just hiding in this bush, and I think got a 3-man or 4-man kill as that squad was approaching. Also, I think Strider has taken a little bit of the advice earlier. He's attacking multiple points. He needs to get up to the middle. His paratroopers on the left-hand side are now fanning out all around those rocks. He's got a paratrooper. Looks like he's going to try and run to spawn. No, he's stopped behind a rock right now, but he's got paratroopers all through that river on the right-hand side of Notezz, and I think he might try and push some Volkssturm up through this little passageway and flank the middle zone, as the T-70 is still not going to be countered by anything. There's nothing on the field right now that can take out that T-70.
Wow, that is quite impressive here by Strider. He's actually leading the scoreboard 7-6 to the number 3 seed. We see Notezz here has actually spawned a Guards Rifle squad, which may not have anything to counter because there's no vehicles up for Strider at the moment, is there?
No, there's definitely no vehicles out on the field. I wonder if he can bring up a P3. I'm pretty sure he could. I suppose he went with paratroopers, so it might be a little bit away, but he can definitely buy Brandenburger at the moment, as I'm checking what I can buy as my hero points, and I have a Brandenburger squad available. A Puma has just been spawned from Strider, so probably not the strongest counter to a T-70 as of its weak armor, but it's definitely got a gun that's decent enough to take out the T-70 head on.
Exactly. So what was that he spawned again?
That was a Puma. It's now just rolling around in the river. It's probably pop into view in the next couple of seconds.
Right.
The T-70, I don't know if Notezz can hear it or something.
I'd probably have liked to see... I don't think so. I can't actually see it on the screen, but Puma is probably not a good buy versus a T-70, in my opinion. Especially since the armor of the T-70 and the gun of the T-70 can actually take out the Puma at max range.
It's certainly not the best buy, but if he gets the kill, I guess he'll be up in the MP race as both players... Oh, he's actually stuck on a tank trap at the moment, so he's having some trouble direct controlling through this area. As it looks like there's more tank traps, it feels, with the R5 map. I don't know, I don't usually think there's 4 there. It looks like there's a little bit extra at the moment.
For some reason they do look bigger to me. I noticed there were tank traps, but not this big.
Yeah, they look a lot more dominant at the moment. Or maybe it's probably because the map has been decreased in size just a little bit, as the flanks are just decreased a little bit. They're brought in on the R5 1v1 map.
That could be. We see here Notezz spawning a Marine squad, which is heading possibly to the right to catch that back. Do we have any assaults that are possible with Strider at the moment?
He probably could push the middle of the right-hand side. I don't know what the right-hand side situation is, as we have no infantry from the middle to the spawn of Strider, or from the right-hand side to the spawn of Strider. He has absolutely no infantry in his backfield, so Notezz could probably be lurking around there with ease at the moment.
Right. It looks like that MG from the paratrooper squad is pretty much locked down this area here for Notezz to cap the right.
Yep.
That Puma is looking pretty defensive here. The T-70 is just camping behind that bunker as well, so pretty much low-risk plays by both of these players.
Oh, actually, Strider's saved up for a Panzer Grenadier squad and gone with a bunch of Panzer Grenadiers, and they are moving to the right-hand zone, the left-hand left-hand side of Notezz. Rather, so I don't know what the defensive situation is over there, but there is definitely a lot of infantry moving in his direction.
It is.
Crew injured on the T-70 right now.
That Panzer Grenadier squad.
Hull damaged. T-70's down, by the way. T-70 is down at the middle, being taken out by the Puma. I'm pretty sure that in not too long there should be another T-34 version of a tank coming out from Notezz.
I hope so. It seems like the left for Notezz is actually really poorly defended by probably 3 infantry squads and not even an MG, so that Panzer Grenadier squads could pretty much have a easy day if they waltz right in, which they are right now.
They're pushing up now. He's bunching it up though behind the one pipe at the moment. The pipe gets taken out, I guess, by some bullet fire, but he really needs to spread his infantry out and probably start throwing some more grenades to definitely seal his cap on that right-hand flank at the moment.
And there he's a T-34 76 by Notezz here. Going to the left-hand side, obviously to deal with the Panzer Grenadiers.
But they're... Oh, I was going to say there's a Panzer Grenadier in the bush, but he just died. Oh, one of the Panzer Grenadiers with the Panzerfaust strapped to his back is currently sneaking up in the bushes. You might be able to see him pop out. He's definitely got a side shot on that T-34. Bang! Oh, no damage. It just bounces. Second shot, hull destroy, explosion.
That is very, very poor play by Notezz. There's actually 0 infantry in sight there. So he put that T-34 in jeopardy, knowing that there was a Panzer Grenadier squad there. I don't know what he was doing there. The number 3C looking quite confusing there.
Maybe he's a little bit startled, was probably expecting a little bit of an easy game against Strider, but as I said, he's relatively unknown to me. I don't know what he's like, but at the moment he's looking like he can hold his own, definitely against the better players. And Strider has spawned another Panzer Grenadier squad, and they will be going to reinforce his left-hand flag, maybe even a push into the middle. Actually, no, they're all going to the middle by the look of it right now. Yes, they are definitely running in the middle, hopefully to cap that middle back. Then we might have a 3 cap against the number 3 seed. That would be a very, very surprising event.
I must say there isn't anything on the field really that can hold back these Panzer Grenadier squads, because there's no actual anti-infantry units around, such as a PKP or something like that. So it doesn't look good for Notezz at this stage, does it?
Definitely doesn't look good, as we see a grenade, a beautiful grenade by Strider. Unfortunately, the SMG soldier got out of the way. The machine gunner still back in that window. I can hear him still having his reign of dominance over the field, and Notezz just showing his micro supremacy, getting 3 Panzer Grenadier kills with 1 assault infantry soldier. That was a very, very nice play there. He's looking at a 3 cap though, Notezz. It looks quite dangerous at the moment for the number 3 seed.
It does indeed. But we have Notezz here charging down with his charge unit, but really just not microing enough. He's actually charging, literally charging down and losing half, actually all of his squad to those Panzer Grenadiers. What is he thinking?
I have no idea what is going through Notezz's mind at the moment. Maybe he was thinking he was going to have a walkover, but this is definitely not a walkover. Strider has come to play. He's also decapped the middle, so that's good for him. It's 13 to 28. Notezz is in front, but Strider will be coming back with the head of storm very, very quickly. I see another T-70 from Notezz to try and take out this Panzer Grenadier squad, which is doing a lot of pain to any infantry that comes at that right-hand side point.
And that T-70 here is again unsupported, like that T-34. So pretty much any Panzer Grenadier with a Faust can easily sneak up and knock it out quite easily. But here we have also now another assault squad by Notezz, after he lost his entire charge squad with no actual damage done on Notezz's behalf, just losing it just by charging.
There it is.
Ooh. I don't know what Notezz is doing here. He didn't wait for that infantry squad. He should have pulled back and waited for that assault squad.
He definitely should have. As the Panzerfaust... Oh, he shot 2 Panzerfausts. I thought he only shot... Oh, no, he only shot 1. So he definitely has another Panzerfaust. He can lay down in a bush somewhere and fire another one out. Here comes a Panzer G from Strider. Yeah, probably a little bit unnecessary, I'd say. Probably would have gone with a 2-2-2 to try and cut up the infantry, then cut back the middle. But at the moment, he is rolling up with a Panzer G. Looks like it's going to the middle. Once again, no infantry cover, though, for Strider either. No, he's actually going to the right-hand side, so he's going to have plenty of infantry cover in front of his G.
For Notezz here, there is actually not much infantry on your right. There's only 4 assault squad troops, which are hiding behind the tank, which has just disappeared. So the dead tank cover... Oh, there we go. So he's only got 2 infantry left there. I'm quite surprised that that Puma just sitting down on your left-hand side has just been sitting there like a KV-1, like it thinks it's a tank. It's not a tank. It's I can't believe Notezz hasn't taken it out.
I can't even believe that hasn't even charged maybe through the middle and trying to take out that MG spot, even take out the building that machine gun is sitting in. There's also 2 Panzer Grenadiers. I saw some Marines that were pushing up through the lines a little bit earlier. Is there any Marines in the backfield right now that Notezz has, or...?
It's still that first Marine squad he bought ages ago that is stationed on the right, so he's just holding the point. There's probably only 4 of them left from the original squad, but he is sending a T-70 to try to take out that Puma, which it can at that range.
I definitely can. I see the main gun damage. There's a paratrooper in the bushes though, so he better be very, very careful with his T-70 as the paratrooper. I don't think he's going to run it out and kill a T-70, as it would be a little bit of a waste wait for something a little bit heavier, but he definitely has some nice line of sight into the backfield of Notezz at the moment. The Panzer G is now repositioning itself. It's rushing on over to the left-hand side to take it out. Not much infantry though on the left-hand side from Strider at the moment.
Wow, he's actually gone out to repair, but now the T-70 has approached and has a free shot to an unmanned Puma, but luckily that G has took that T-70 out before it could.
But it looks like the G hasn't been that bad of a buy.
Exactly. I must say, Hansi, Notezz does look like the actual lower seed here. He seems to be struggling. It seems Strider seems to be actually dominating most of the map and controlling it.
Well, I can see that a lot of Volkssturm are currently being cut up by the DP-27 machine gun. That is a little bit unfortunate with that Volkssturm squad just running out in front of the line of fire of the machine gun, but I think that machine gun at the middle might be about to die to a Panzer Grenadier's grenade. No, he's not going to throw it, he's just going to hold it in and swap and have some shots at the other guard's rifle soldier. Ooh, actually, there could be a bit of a sneaky flank on this G if Notezz works himself well enough around there. Could get an AT grenade into the side. Nice grenade there from the Panzer Grenadier of Strider, killing that guard's rifleman and eliminating any chance of the flank that Notezz had on that tank.
While that was happening, Notezz actually tried an assault on the left, but it seems like it was very strongly defended by Strider. So that whole Marine squad is pretty much half its capacity after trying to assault our left hand side.
Well, Strider has got, I think it's at least 10 or so Panzer Grenadiers over on this right-hand side defending. He's also capturing the middle, and it looks like he's going to also capture the left-hand side as that Puma has been repaired, and the Puma, which is probably the weakest vehicle that's actually entered the field of play today, is taking the points for the most durable at the moment.
I can't believe that Puma. That Puma can be taken out by nearly anything the Soviets can muster. I don't know why Notezz hasn't targeted that, especially with that T-34. Notezz literally has nothing on the field, maybe just one infantry squad. He's just spawned another squad, the guard's rifle call. So hopefully that guard's rifle will have a shot at that Puma.
That would be very, very good for Notezz.
Is that Puma still sitting on the left?
Yes, that Puma is still sitting there just doing nothing. It's not even looking in the direction that Notezz infantry would be coming from. It's actually looking out of the river. I don't know why. Maybe that's a little bit of a micro mistake. But on that note, we have had a change in leader. Strider currently leads the number 3 seed. Everybody, or a lot of people, are actually thinking that Notezz could take it all the way this time after his devastating loss to Boz in the first tournament. But at the moment, it looks like Strider will be advancing from this game, even though it is probably a little bit too early to call at the moment. But my money is definitely with Strider at the moment.
Indeed, it's 29 to 33 with Strider Zen actually in the lead, so he just needs 17 more points to bring it to victory. We can see Notezz here just sneaking the guard's rifle squad towards your right of the middle, hoping to probably try to take out the Panzer G, but Notezz is trying to take an AT rifle shot at that Puma right now. Doesn't seem to be having much luck.
It's probably a little bit far, actually, to be taking the shot. Oh no, he's actually got a lot more closer now. He's got it very, very close. I think he should probably turn and take that shot as soon as he can, but I don't know, he might be going for an engine shot on the Puma. He's right around the side, and Cringe up. Oh, but the G takes him out.
Bad luck. That was a side shot too.
That was very unlucky to just get a Cringer. That's the second time that the G has saved the Puma from death, by the way. It's... Geez, they're like best mates on the battlefield right now. The Puma definitely owes its life to the G at the moment.
Exactly. Well, we can see Notezz here has spawned a KV-1, so that's actually quite a good buy for what's on the field. It can take out the G at max range or whatever range it wants. It's taken out the Puma with a lucky moving shot, so hopefully it can sit down on right and take it before the middle is capped by the Germans, because a 3 cap flag will be pretty much say Notezz has lost this game with.
Definitely, I can't see that KV1 at the moment. There is a paratrooper. Remember, I said that paratrooper is in the is in that little first island that's on your right hand side. In that little first island, he might be able to run.
Ooh,
I don't know if it's an AT paratrooper, like he's got a stick of dynamite with him or TNT. But at the moment, he's still sitting there. He hasn't made a move yet. But an AT grenade shot onto that engine would be very, very devastating for Notezz at this present moment in time.
Indeed, all paratroopers should all have AT grenades, so there shouldn't be any issue with that for Strider then.
Definitely not. There's also a Nebelwerfer out from Strider, so he's just probably going to try and nebble this left-hand zone. And unfortunately, Notezz was 2% away from capping the left-hand flag. It's 45-29, a 3-cap Strat. I'm going to go ahead and call GG on this one because I really don't see Notezz getting into this game.
No way. There's actually only probably half a squad on the field for Notezz. It doesn't look like he can muster anything. It's 47-50. 3 more points to go. It's game over. It's game over.
Well, actually, there's 2 points have been decapped. Both points that are about 1/10 of the way. Or now, the left-hand point is the big one for Notezz. He needs to cap this point. He needs to hold on to it. I think he might be able to get there before the score reaches 50, and we might see a game that will go down to the wire,
think
possibly.
So. He's just spawned the Marine squad just then, so by the time he gets to that flag, it's too late. It's over now.
Actually, yeah, it's definitely over. Well, there you go.
That's a shocking game. Wow.
Nobody expected that. Not you or I. Clearly, we both did not expect that result. Notezz will go to the losers bracket to play whoever he has to play against. And Strider, we have another Darkhorse that has entered the tournament. He will be progressing into the quarterfinals. So catch us next time.